Well, hi there guys, Mark here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the iconic Vfr 800. Okay guys, so welcome to a review on a 2001 Honda Vfr 800. We'll just run through the specifications first of all, and then we'll take it for a test ride and have a final thoughts. So I just checked the internet this morning. You can pick these up for as little as £1,500 for a good used one, rising to about 2,000 for an absolutely immaculate one. That's less money than a Chinese scooter. It uses the legendary 781cc V4 engine, liquid cooled. It's a very, very charismatic engine. It's got it's very engaging to ride with an addictive soundtrack. The Vfr 750 first came out in 1986, and it went to the Vfr 800 in 1998 to 2001, which it was then taken over by the VTEC model in 2002. A lot of people say that this is the best version of the best motorcycle ever made, and when you ride it, it is absolutely incredible to ride, very engaging. It's a do-everything bike, you know, touring, track days, commuting. Power on this is 108 horsepower at 10,500 revs. Torque is 82 newton meters at 8,500 RPM. It's got a 21 litre fuel tank, 4.5 gallons UK. Should get at least 50 to the gallon out of this, so it's a range of over 200 miles, which is excellent. Weighs in at 210 kilograms dry. It's got a lovely comprehensive cockpit there. We'll look at that a bit in a minute. Nice, big, comfortable seat. One of the strong points of the Vfr. It's always been an all-day comfort bike. So 800mm seat there. I'm 5'7" tall with a 30-inch inside leg, and I can easily get my feet down to the floor. Got twin discs up front, Nissan calipers. I think they're two piston sliding calipers. This has got the linked braking system, which means where you put the front brake on, it also puts the rear brake on as well, which I find actually works pretty well. Superb lights, superb headlights on these for night riding. It has a centre stand, which not a lot of bikes have these days, which makes for great, easy maintenance. Very compliant suspension, front and rear for road use. You've got preload adjustment there. And a monoshock tucked up in there. So these were £7,000 back in 2001. Top speed about 155 miles an hour. But the usual, you know, Honda build quality. This one's done 38,000 miles. It's got a few little marks on it here and there, but on the whole, you know, if you step back, it's in lovely condition and it absolutely rides like brand new. So this one has got a top box on it as well. But they're really good bikes all round, jack of all trades bikes, comfortable, fast, very engaging, exciting to ride, lovely, reliable engine. V4 is absolutely glorious, especially with an aftermarket exhaust, which this one has. Del Kevic. So anyway guys, let's do the test ride. Okay then, Vfr 800. Am I pleased to be riding one of these again? I had a 750 back in about 1988, something like that, and I I had one of these 800s about 10 years ago, but it's just glorious to be back on one. So just going to talk about the cockpit here. So very nice spacious cockpit. It's a little bit more lean forward than I remember, even though these clip-ons here are quite high. It's definitely a sports touring position, you know, way more comfortable than like a Fireblade, but really nice, a little bit of a lean forward here. Hydraulic clutch, which is span adjustable. You've got your passing flasher, high and low beam indicators and horn. So no fancy electronics on this bike. It is fuel injection, but no riding modes or ABS or traction control, none of that. Span adjustable front brake lever, decent, very good brakes on this, and a light switch where you can turn your lights on or off. This one's had the Oxford heated grips fitted. It's got a aftermarket exhaust that sounds absolutely fabulous. So really nice dash on these. I love the white central rev counter there, analog speedo, and then you've got a very nice little LCD display there with your time, fuel gauge, ambient temperature and all your trips. And this one's currently on 38,000 miles with a full service history. So start it up. Got that lovely V4 growl. Now this has gear driven camshafts, which gives it that lovely whine. I think the VTEC went back to a cam chain in 2002, but a lot of people say that this is the best one. You know, if you're going to get a VFR, get the 800. It's got more kind of bottom end and mid-range torque than the VTEC. The VTEC comes in strong above 7,000. So anyway, super smooth hydraulic clutch, really nicely into gear. Sorry, as I said earlier, I'm 5'7" with a 30-inch inside leg, and I'm pretty much flat-footed on it, so it's not a bad seat height at all. So away we go. Right, so welcome aboard the amazing VFR 800, and boy is it good to be back on one of these. I love these bikes. So I'm just going to start off with the just run through what the bike's like. So the mirrors, pretty good. See a little bit of my elbows, but a good clear view behind. This engine is super smooth, very, very smooth indeed. I mean, it's 38,000 miles, but honestly, it rides like brand new. The dash there, the cockpit, very comprehensive indeed. Nice white analog tacho, speedo, and all your information there. So that's all good. Sports touring riding position, puts a bit of weight on your wrists. We'll just try these brakes out. Just the front brake with the link brakes. Oh, very good, very strong Nissan brakes. So these are link brakes that puts the back on as well. So it's going to wind it out, that delicious V4 engine. God, doesn't it go? That engine is still super fit, producing really good power. There's 100 horsepower, but you know, it produces it right in that nice mid-range where you need it for the road. So you know, if I just drop it down a gear, open it up, it really does pull strong. 0 to 60 probably about 3.5 seconds, something like that. That brake's pretty good as well. But the thing with these bikes is it just feels so well built, so solid, so smooth. You know, these engines are good for 150,000 miles. I'll just slow this down a bit and I'll just show you some sort of roll-ons. So third gear is going to wide open. There's 50, 60 and beyond. You know, this thing is a rocket ship. I think 100 horsepower, to be honest, is like almost like the sweet spot for power on the road. Really, it just rides so well. The gearbox is very, very light, very positive, pretty much as good as a Suzuki gearbox, which generally have the best gearboxes, but fantastic gearbox, smooth clutch. I mean, this literally rides like it's just come out of the showroom. It's not got like Fireblade handling, but it's very comfortable, very composed on this bumpy road here. Just, you know, really nice sports handling for the road, really. So we're just in a 30 limit now, just coming into town, just to check the running at low speed on the VFR. 3,000 revs, 30 mile an hour, silky smooth. I have read a few reports that some of these have like a snatchy throttle. Nothing like that on this. It's really smooth, very progressive. It's quite a mellow throttle actually. So perfectly smooth running at the 30 mile an hour. Look, into fourth gear. Absolutely fine, 2,500 revs. The V4 is just purring away down below. It's going down the gearbox. That hydraulic clutch feeds out really smoothly. You know, it's physically a big bike. It's not too heavy. It's very nice to manage at low speeds. A little bit of traffic now. Down to first. Loads of pull from low RPM. That's the beautiful thing with this engine. It's so tractable. It really is a glorious engine for the road. So there you go, guys. The VFR rides superbly at the low speeds. Alright, so what's the VFR like at the slightly higher speeds? So just revving it out for that lovely mid-range 6,000-7,000. No need to rev it more than that. It's got a beautiful mid-range on it. So top gear now, 5,000 revs, just cruising along very happily indeed. The bike is rock solid stable. The wind is hitting me smack in the helmet, but on the whole it's got a good wind protection. If I open it up in top gear, it pulls really strongly, right up to 150 mile an hour if you want to. Riding position, sports touring, slightly sporty, really nice leg position. Just tuck back a little bit, just slow it down a little bit. So you could definitely ride this all day long. It's got a very nice padded seat for you and your passenger. Put a top box on the back and you've got a really efficient sports tourer. This has done 135 miles so far, and I've got 3 bars of fuel left for a full tank, so you're talking probably over 200 miles of tank range, which is very good. So we just slow it down to 60, wide open in top gear. There's your 70, and it just keeps on pulling and pulling very strongly indeed. This really is one truly enjoyable motorbike to ride. Built like a Swiss watch, reliable, jack of all trades, but it's just that, you know, the centerpiece is definitely that V4 engine. The sound it makes is absolutely glorious. Brakes are strong, just going down that gearbox now. Wonderful. So there you go, guys. The VFR 800 is excellent at cruising at the higher speed. We'll cruise all day at high speeds with no effort at all. It's very relaxing. So all good on the VFR at the higher speeds. Right, second gear is going to open it up a bit through that lovely mid-range. Oh, doesn't this go very quickly through that mid-range. Plenty of power. I say the beautiful thing with the VFR is you just don't have to rev it to make really good progress. I'm doing 60 mile an hour now, just over 4,000 revs. You can barely hear the engine. So pretty decent screen here, keeping the wind off me. You can fit higher screens if you need to, but being a fully fed bike, you do have a lot of protection from the wind. So it's going to open it up in top gear. This thing really does shift when you open it up. Just try those brakes out again. Nothing behind. Whoa, very strong still. Second gear. What a glorious noise. It's such a smooth, free revving engine. It really does like to rev. On the other hand, you know, if you just want to just ride it in that glorious mid-range, it will do that all day. This absolutely floats over all of the bumps as well. Got 5 degrees today, so it's a cold winter's day here in the UK, south of England. This one's fitted with Michelin Pilot Road 5 tyres, 120, 180 on the rear, and handles really well. Down to 4th through that very slick gearbox. Gonna watch it down here a bit, it's always a bit slippery down here. Tiptoe around this bend. Into 5th, and it really pulls super strong up this hill. So there you go guys, the Vfr 800, one of the best all-round motorcycles you can get. It does everything really well, and incredibly exciting and engaging to ride with that glorious V4 engine. Let's have a little look down here. Oh, those brakes are superb. So just literally falls into neutral, very slick gearbox. Give you a little sound check. About as good as it gets, isn't it? Show you that headlights. I've got there's a headlight protector there, and decent indicators. All sort of built in, which is nice. Right, let's see what this is like onto the centre stand. It's a bit of a big bike, but it's not too bad. Just a moderate push, and up she goes. So there you go guys, the Honda Vfr 800. Arguably one of the best motorcycles ever made. Good at pretty much everything, very comfortable, and for this sort of money, this would be about £1,600–1,700 in this sort of condition. An absolute steal. Full service history, very reliable, great to ride. As you can see, that's 23 years old, that paintwork, and it's still looking absolutely beautiful. So yeah, you can't go wrong with Honda. What I particularly like about this is just that engine is so engaging and fun and lively. It makes for a very exciting bike. Let's have a little look under the seat. So not much under there at all. Original toolkit, heated grips, and the cover over the battery there. So not much under there really. Right, let's just see what it's like to push about. 208 kilos dry, so not too bad. Not a super light bike, but not too bad really. There you go. Quite a decent steering lock on it. So that's a fantastic bike to ride. I'm going to go and ride this for about another 30 miles before it gets dark. It's not too cold at the moment with those heated grips on. So guys, please post your comments down below. Have you had a VFR over the years? Have you had an 800? Have you got the VTEC? How do they all compare? 750, 800 VTEC. I'd like to hear your comments. Don't forget to give me a like, please. Share and subscribe as always. And I'll catch you again in a week or so for another review. Ride safe, guys. All the best, and bye for now.